Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for being on time. Hello, Gabriela. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I'm fine. How are you?
Great. I'm fine. Nice to have you here, Gabriela. And hello, Vane. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hello, teacher. I am fine.
Amazing. Thank you for joining, Vane. And Ivania, welcome. How are you today?
Hello, Miss. I'm doing great.
I'm happy to hear that, Ivania. Thank you for joining. And hello, Manuel. How are you?
I find teacher here. It's raining here. It's very raise the weather.
Ah, yes. Same here in my house. It's raining a little bit.
Yes, here too.
And let me ask, Karina, welcome. How are you today, Karina?
I'm fine, teacher. I missing to yesterday.
Ah, yes. Sorry, guys. I apologize, but I had a problem and I live in Lourdes and I was in San Salvador in Los Chorros. You know,
Very lot of traffic.
yes, it's horrible. So yes, but thankfully we could solve the problem with the car. But yes, sorry, guys. Next week, by the way, we are going to have classes from Monday to Friday. So we can recover that class. So today, guys, we are going to start with this topic, quantifiers. So for that, we have the first activity. So I'm going to ask you some of these questions and you are going to speak as much as possible. So let's see, let's go with Ivania. Ivania, let me ask you, how many pupuserias are there in your neighborhood, Ivania?
There are 4 pupuserias near from my neighborhood.
Very good. So 4, a lot of pupuserias. And let me ask you, how many pupusas do you eat, Ivania?
I eat 3 or 2 pupusas.
3 or 2. And how often do you go to these pupuserias near your house?
Maybe once a month.
Once a month, really?
Yes.
So you don't like pupusas a lot?
Yes, but it depends on the time or when I am when I want to eat.
Okay, that's nice.
So
And in your house, do you cook pupusas? Do you make pupusas?
no, I always buy it.
You always buy the pupusas. Very good. And finally, let me ask you, Vania. How much salsa do you like with the pupusas?
Mm, when I eat pupusas, I add two bolsitas.
You can say 2 small bags.
Small.
2 small
Yes,
bags.
curtido de mayonesa.
Mayonnaise. Very good. Very
Yes,
good.
and only that.
Very good, Ivania. Nice participation. I see that you don't eat pupusas very often. And let's see, let me ask. So with Manuel. Manuel, how many pupuserias are there in your neighborhood, Manuel?
Near teacher, only one pupuseria.
Only one. And
Yes.
let me ask you, how often do you go?
In that pupuseria, any because I don't like it that pupusas that place.
Mhm.
But another place here in downtown, we have many pupuserias, someone make delicious pupusas. For example, or family or with my family, we eat pupusas once a week, for example, here in the neighborhood
Mhm.
or in around in the town. But in my job, for example, I eat pupusas once a week at the morning
Mhm.
for the breakfast.
For breakfast, very good. Once a week, very good, Manuel. So quite often. And let me ask you, how many pupusas do you eat, Manuel?
It depends because when pupusas are delicious, I have
And you are hungry?
so much hungry. I eat 3. It's the pupusas is very big. 3
Mhm.
pupusas.
3,
Another is 4. But
4.
normally big pupusas, 2 pupusas.
2.
And with my mom, for example, when I visited my mom, my sister doing or cooking or
Making. Mhm.
making pupusas, for example, in the home. My mom, and I eat 4, 5 pupusas because it's more delicious for the beans as fried, more delicious.
Yes, I agree,
Only
Manuel.
Sunday, but only Sunday.
Yes, that is true. When your mom or your family make the pupusas, that is so much better. Very good,
Yes.
Manuel. Thank you so much for sharing. And then who else? Let's go with the last participant. Let's go with, hello, Wilber.
Hi,
Welcome.
teacher.
Welcome. Good evening, Wilber. Let me ask you, how many pupuserias are there in your neighborhood?
In my neighborhood are 5 pupuserias.
5, so many. And let me ask you, how often do you go?
And one time in a week. Sería
Mhm.
una vez a la semana.
Yes, you can use this word once a week.
Once a week.
Very good. So you go once a week. And how many pupusas do you like to eat, Wilbert?
To eat, I usually eat 3 or 4.
3. 3 or 4. Very good. And let me ask you, how much salsa do you like with the pupusas? A lot or a little?
A lot with curtido.
With curtido, yes, a lot of salsa. I agree, Wilbert.
A lot of
Very good. Thank you for sharing, Wilbert. And now, guys, that is the first activity. And now we can start with the topic. Look at this. We have quantifiers. So let's begin. And let me ask Juan Antonio. Hello, Juan Antonio. Can you read this one? The use for quantifiers.
Hello, teacher.
Hello, welcome, Juan Antonio.
Okay. We use quantifiers.
Quantifiers, like this, quantifiers.
We use quantifier,
Mhm.
to give information about the quantity of something, how much or how many.
Okay, very good, Juan Antonio. Thank you. So, as you can see, quantifiers to give information about quantity. The name says it already. Quantifiers, quantity. So we have some examples. And let me ask, Karina, can you read these two examples?
We ate some bread and butter. We saw a lot of birds.
Very good. Some bread and butter. Thank you, Karina. And these are some examples. So questions with the use or everything fine? Okay, very good. If you don't have questions so far, let's begin with the first one. And let me ask, Vane, can you read this one, Vane? A little.
A little, a small quantity, uncountable nouns.
Uncountable nouns. Very good, Vane. And Gabriela, can you read these three examples, please?
Would you like a little water? I want a little milk. How do you say save?
I save
Okay. I say save a little money.
a little money. Very good, Gabriela. Thank you for reading. And as you can see, this one is for a small quantity and very important. Uncountable nouns like water, milk, money. And let me ask, Karina, can you give me another example of uncountable nouns? One uncountable noun that you remember, Karina. Like water, milk, money. What else? One more, just one more. Okay, then let me ask, let's see. Ivania, one uncountable noun.
A sentence or
One noun, one word.
sugar.
Sugar, very good. Very good example, Ivania. Sugar is uncountable. So with all these words, we use a little. So questions with this one or everything fine?
It's fine.
It's
Okay.
fine, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So if you don't have questions, you are going to help me with some examples using a little. So let me ask, Vane, can you give me one example, Vane, using a little?
Um, mm, quiero ver.
Uncountable nouns, for
Son
example,
contables. Ajá.
coffee, sugar, love, happiness.
Mm,
Money.
we have a little sugar
Mhm.
in my cocina, ¿cómo se dice?
In my kitchen.
We have a little sugar in my kitchen.
In my kitchen. Very good example, Bunny. Very good. We have a little sugar in my kitchen. Very good. Thank you, Bunny. Now, let me ask, Karina, one sentence using a little.
One example.
Yes, one sentence
Okay.
using a little.
I have a little rice.
A little
Rice.
grapes?
No, rice. Arroz, rice, or
Sorry,
rice.
sorry. I misheard you. I heard grapes. Sorry.
Rice.
Rice?
I have a little rice in my table.
In my table, okay. Rice, that is uncountable. Very good, Karina. Just one thing. In this case, on, because when something is over, on top, we use on. And in is when something is inside. For example, this pen is in my hand, inside my hand, in. But this is on the table. Very good. And remember, rice is like this, rice. But very good example, a little rice on my table. Now the last example, let me ask. Hello, Anna, welcome. For the last example, let me ask Gabriela, one example using a little.
You have a little water in freezer, refrigerador. Fridge,
Fridge, like this. Very good, Gabriela.
fridge.
Fridge. Very good example. You have a little water in the fridge. Very good. Amazing examples, guys. As you can see, a little for uncountables. So before we go with the next one, everything fine? Feel free to ask if you
Teacher,
have. Tell me, Manuel.
for example, or another example couldn't be, for example, I used a little salt in my food.
I use a little salt. I thought. Yes, that is a very good example, Manuel. I use a little salt in my food. Yes, that is correct because salt is
It's
uncountable.
uncountable.
Mhm.
Okay.
So yes, very good example. Thank you so much. So now we can go with the next one. Let's see, look, the next one is very similar. A few. So let me ask Anna, can you read this one, Anna? A few.
A few, a small one, quantity,
Mhm.
countable nouns.
Countable nouns. Very good, Anna. So as you can see, a little uncountable and a few countable. And we have two examples. Wilbert, can you read the two examples, please?
There are a few cars parked in front of my house. There are a few parks around my house.
Around my house. Very good, Wilbert. And as you can see, let's go with Juan Antonio. Cars is countable or uncountable, Juan Antonio? Mhm. Juan Antonio, cars, countable or uncountable? Are you there? Okay, then let me ask, let's see. Gabriela, cars, is countable or uncountable?
Is countable.
Countable, very good, Gabriela. So countable, we use a few. That is the difference with a little. Questions with this one? Or do we go with the examples? Okay, so I see that everything is clear. So now you are going to give me more examples using a few. So let me ask, Anna, can you give me one example using a few?
There are a few kids in the park.
In the park. Very good example, Anna. There are a few kids in the park. Great job. Now the next example, let's go with Manuel, one example using a few.
There are a few pupuserias around my house.
Very good. Very good example. There are a few. Around my house.
My house.
And the last example, Juan Antonio, can you give me one example using a few? Just one sentence using a few. Okay, then let's go with Wilbert. One example using a few.
There are a few students in the virtual class.
Very good. Very good example, and that is true. There are a few students in the virtual class. So amazing job, guys. I see that you understood very well. These are great sentences. A few for countable nouns. Now we can go with the next word. Look at this. And for this one, let me ask Karina, a lot of and lots of.
Okay. I have a lot of.
This one.
I have a lot of a lot of and a lot of a large quantity countable and uncountable nouns.
Very good. Thank you, Karina. So we use, look at this. A lot of and lots of is the same thing. Okay? It depends on which one you want to use, but it's the same. A lot of and lots of. And as you can see, it's for a big quantity, and for countable and uncountable, for the two. So we have 3 examples right here. And let's go with Vane. Can you read these 3 examples, Vane, please?
Examples. I have a lot of time to finish the exam. I have lots of books. She has a lot of friends.
She has a lot of friends. Very good, Vane. And look at this. We have, in this case, let me ask Anna. Time is countable or uncountable, Anna?
Uncountable.
Very good. And what about books?
Countable.
Countable. Very good, Anna. So, as you can see, for the two, uncountable and countable. So, questions with this one?
Teacher,
Tell me, Manuel.
the difference between a lot of or lot of is the lot of is to countable and lot of uncountable.
No, they're the same. They're exactly the same. So look at this one. A lot of time, and time is uncountable, right? And a
It's
lot of
uncountable, yes.
and a lot of friends. But I can say I have lots of time and I have lots of friends. It's exactly the same. Mhm.
In what case we use a lot of or lots of?
It depends on which one you
depends.
want, because they're
yeah.
Mhm.
It's for it depends if you like use it have like a lot of or lots of.
Exactly, Manuel. Yes, the
Okay.
one that you want to use, the one that you like.
Okay. Thank you.
Very
That's
good
clear.
question. Yes, very, very good question. They are the same. So now we are ready to give some examples. Let me ask Ivania one example using a lot of.
We have a lot of flowers in my garden.
Very good. We have garden. My garden. Very good, Ivania. Very good example. We have a lot of flowers in my garden. Now let me ask. Let's see. Let's go with Juan Antonio. One example using a lot of. Okay, then let's go with Gabriela. One example using a lot of.
I have a lot of pets
Pets, very good.
in my house.
In my house. Very good example, Gabriela. I have a lot of pets in my house. And the final example, Vane. One sentence using a lot of.
A lot of no, I have a lot of I have a lot of shares in the salón, ¿cómo se dice?
In the, like, sala?
Como un salón de clase, por decirlo así.
Or in the classroom, for example.
Ajá.
In the classroom. Very good, Vane, very good example. I have a lot of, and just one thing, this one, chairs. I have a lot of chairs. Like that.
Shares.
Chairs. Very good, Vane. Nice examples. So congratulations, guys. You are doing very good with this topic. A lot of. Now let's go with the next word. Many. So let me ask Ivania, can you read this one, Ivania? Many.
Many, a large number, countable noun. Examples. I have many cousins. I don't have many shoes. He has many things to do.
To do. Very good, Ivania. Thank you. So many is for a large, for a big, big number. And countable, only for countable nouns. So look at these. We have cousins. You can count your cousins, right? Or your shoes, or the things that you have to do. So, any doubts with this one, or everything clear?
Is clear?
Clear.
Clear?
Everything clear, teacher.
Okay, thank you. So, if you don't have questions, let's create more examples. And let me ask Wilbert, can you give me one sentence using many?
And I have many homework for the weekend.
For the weekend. Okay, just one thing with this one, Wilbert. In Spanish, homework is countable, right? We say tareas, dos tareas, tres tareas. But in English, homework is uncountable.
Okay.
So with a different word, countable noun. You can say I have many. In this case, you can use this one. Assignments, that is countable and it's similar to homework. I have many assignments for the weekend.
Okay.
Very good, Wilbert. Thank you for the example. And now let's see who else. Let me ask Anna. Can you give me one example using many, Anna? One sentence.
Se me fue la I have had
Sorry. I had
many horse.
many horse. Can you repeat the word, Anna, please? I had many. Maybe her connection is failing.
Sorry.
Don't worry. I
had
had
many horse in the farm.
in the farm. Very good. Many horses in plural. Many horses in the farm. Very good example, Anna. I had many horses in the farm. And finally, let me ask Manuel, one example using many.
I have many trees in my land.
Many tree in
In my land.
in my land. Okay, very good. Just one thing. What is missing here? I have many trees.
Many. Repeat, teacher, please.
Look at this. Assignments, horses. I had many.
Yeah. The change. Many.
Look at these assignments.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how
Many cows in my land. Cows.
trees, it's fine. Okay, just I have many trees. Don't forget the S.
Trees. Yeah. Plural.
Plural, yes. Don't forget
Okay.
the plural. So you can say I had many horses. I have many assignments. I have many trees.
Trees.
Very good example, Manuel. Thank you so much. I have many
I forgot,
trees.
but I understand.
Don't worry. So now, any questions, or we can move on to the next word?
No question.
Okay, very good. So now let's go with the next word. And let me ask, Karina, can you read this one, please?
Okay. A large quantity, uncountable now.
Very good. And the examples, please.
An example,
Yes.
I don't have much time. There is so much traffic in Los Chorros.
Very good, Karina. Thank you. So, much is also for a big quantity. And let me ask, Ivania, what is the difference between much and many?
Much is uncountable and many is countable.
Very good. Both are for a big amount, but like Ivania said, many is countable and much uncountable. And here you see in the examples, time, uncountable, or traffic, right? So much. And you can use, with much, you can use words like so, for example, so much. So questions with this word? Or everything clear?
No question.
Okay, very good. So let's go with some examples. As you can see, this topic is quite simple. You only need to remember if we can use it with countable or uncountable. But you are doing very great. So let's see, let me ask. Gabriela, one example using match. Gabriela, one sentence using match. Okay, then let me ask Vane, one sentence using much.
There is much crime in the street.
In the streets, okay, very good example, Vane. Rain, that is uncountable. Very good. And let me ask Karina, one example using much.
Okay. I have much. I have much money in my purse.
My money in my purse. Very good example, Karina. Money uncountable. And the last one, last example, Anna, using much.
Uh, is, yeah, is it, no sé si sería, is it raining too much today?
Today. Okay, very good example, Anna. Yes, that is correct. Is it raining too much today? Very good. You can say yes, it's raining too much today. Very good examples, guys. So now we are about to finish. We are only missing the last two words. So we go with any, this one. And Juan Antonio, are you there? Or let's go with Wilbert. Can you read this one, Wilbert?
Any, nothing, uncountable and countable nouns, only in negative sentence.
Very good. Now the examples, Wilbert.
I don't have any apples. He doesn't have any time to do the homework.
Very good, Wilbert. So as you can see, any basically is zero, nothing. N is for uncountable and countable, the two. In negative, this is very important. Only in negative. So as you can see, I don't have any apple. That means I have 0 apples. Any. So questions on how to use the word any, feel free to ask if you have a question.
We can use any with questions.
Yes, Ivania. In sentences, it's only in negative, but you can also use it in questions. For example, you can say, do you have any brothers, for example? Do you have any brothers? And you can say, no, that is negative. No, I don't have any brothers. So yes, Ivania, for questions and in sentences, only negative. So there you go. Any other question or everything's fine?
Everything fine.
Fine. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Very good question. Very, very good question. So now, let's see. Some examples using any. Let me ask. Wilbert, can you give me one sentence using any?
And I don't have any orange juice. It is correct.
Yes, Very good example. I don't have any orange juice. Very good. That means that I have zero, nothing of orange juice. And let me ask, Manuel, one sentence using any.
Okay. I don't have any bananas to the dinner tomorrow.
Any bananas?
To eat tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Very good example, Manuel. I don't have any bananas. Zero bananas. And the last example. Anna, one sentence using any.
I don't have any shoes.
Any shoes. Very good, Anna. Good example. I don't have any shoes. So there we have some examples using any. Very good. You are doing amazing. And the last one. This is the last word. Quite easy as well. So let me ask. Let's see. Vane, can you read this one? Some.
Uncountable and countable nouns. We use it in positive sentences.
And the examples, Vane, please.
We saw some lions at the zoo. I went some coffee. She ate some fries.
Very good. She ate some fries. Very good, Vane. So we use some for uncountable and countable. And you can use it in positive sentences. Now, any question with this one? Some is like in the middle of a little and a lot of. So some is like in the middle, not a little, but not so much. So questions with this one? Or everything's fine? Okay, very good. Thank you, Vania. So if you don't have questions, tell me, Manuel.
Everything fine.
Everything fine. Okay, great. So now some examples. Let me ask Karina, can you give me one sentence using some?
I need some shoes.
I need some shoes. Very good example, Karina. I need some shoes. Me too. Very, very good sentence. And now the next one is for Ivania. Can you give me one sentence using some?
I need to go somewhere.
I need to go somewhere. Okay. In this case, this sentence is correct, but let's use some like a quantifier. Some plus a noun.
Okay, I need to buy some books.
Some books. Very good example, Ivania. I need to buy some books. Very good. And the last example is for, let's see. Let me ask. Anna, one example using some.
I would like to buy some clothes.
To buy some clothes. Very good example. I would like to buy some clothes. And now, there we have, guys. Some you can use it for both, countable and uncountable. And now let's see, we are done with these words. And look at this. If you want, you can practice more. You only click on the icon, solo click en el icon. And you can practice if you want to during your free time. So we go with the last part of the class, and I'm going to ask you one of these questions. And you have to speak as much as you can. So let's begin with the first participant. Let's see. Let's go with Wilbert. Wilbert, let me ask you, what do you think about saving some money every week? Is that a good idea? Do you like to do it?
I think that is a good idea, and it is very important for the future.
Yes, that is true. It's very important to save money for your future. And let me ask you, do you save a lot of money, Wilbert?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. And do you think it's easy or difficult to save money?
Easy.
And let me
I'm
ask,
trying to saving some money every, how do you say quincena?
I'm sorry, let me look that for you. I forgot the word for, let's see. Let's see, there we have it. So you can say it like this. Let me show you. Save money every 2 weeks. Or the word for quincena is fortnight. Every fortnight.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good, Wilbert. And the last question for you. Let's see. Wilbert, what is something that you spend a lot of money on? For example, I spend a lot of money on food, for example. So what is something that you spend a lot of money on?
I spend a lot of money on furniture, maybe.
Furniture. And what do you like to buy? What is something that you recently bought? Furniture.
Um, Sofa, for example.
A sofa. Yes, and sofas are quite expensive. Very good. So you spend a lot of money, I can imagine, because furniture is quite expensive. Very good, Wilbert. Now, choose the next participant.
Okay.
Choose the next participant.
Manuel.
Manuel. Very good, Wilbert. Thank you. So we go with Manuel.
Okay, teacher.
Let me ask you, what do you think about using your phone a lot of time? Is it good, bad?
Using your phone. not is a good idea, but today is necessary because, for example, in my case, I think about people or the people they can or our can live without phone because, for example, more people work with the phone. For example, call center, for example, seller. Many people work to that. For example, sell a través
Through.
Through the cell phone.
Through.
For example, in
True.
my company, we have a section. We have a section that partner they self or attend people or clientes.
Clients
Client
or customers.
Only phone all day, and then I think about is necessary.
Okay, very good.
But for example, for the younger or for the kid, no is important the phone a lot of time because they have I think about they have to live with a phone because not is good.
It's not good. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing, Manuel. Very good answer. So the phone, it depends, right? If you use the phone for your job, like you said, it's important. But if you only use it for social media or like you said, kids, it's not a very good idea.
Yes.
So very good, Manuel. Choose the next participant. Thank you so much for sharing.
Okay, Vane.
Vane, very good. So let's go with Vane. Vane, let me ask you. Do you drink much water, Vane, or not?
Yes, I drink much water.
Very good. And how many glasses do you drink of water?
¿Cada cuánto? ¿Cómo?
How many glasses? How many glasses of water do you drink?
7 or 8.
Very good. So you drink a lot of water. And now let me ask you, and do you drink much Coke or not?
Yes. Yes.
And how often? How often do you drink Coke? Every day, twice a week?
3 times a week.
3 times a week. And finally, let me ask you, Vane, do you like coffee with a little or a lot of sugar?
I don't like coffee.
You don't like coffee?
No.
So what do you drink in the morning, Vane?
In the morning, avena, no sé cómo se dice en inglés.
Oatmeal.
Or what? Oatmeal or chocolate.
Oh, very good. Or chocolate. Yes, chocolate is great as well. Very good.
Yes.
Very good, Vane. Thank you so much for sharing. Now choose the next participant.
Karina?
Karina, very good. Thank you, Vane. So we go with Karina. Karina, let me ask you, what do you think about saving some money every week, Karina?
And I sometimes I many, how do you say ahorrar? Saving.
I save. Mhm.
Okay. I sometimes I save many money because when I have buy a lot of food, I don't have I have a little money.
Mhm. So,
And tell me,
yes. So, and what is something, Karina, that you spend a lot of money on?
uh, for example, I spend a lot of money in my son because I buy a lot of food. For example, milk, cereal, yogurt,
Mhm.
juice, bread. How do you say pan integral?
You can say, so bread, that would be, sorry, let me search that for you. So, let's see. Keep going, Karina. Mhm. What else? What else do you buy for him?
And let me see. I have I have I buy a lot of the clothes.
Very good. So on clothes. And let's see, let me ask you. And what do you think, Karina, about using your phone a lot of time?
Pan de avena o pan integral.
Yes, wholemeal bread.
Eh, 2 times a week.
Yes, yes, that is how you say pan integral, wholemeal bread. But now the next question, what do you think about using your phone a lot of time, Karina?
For example, 2 or 3 times a week.
And is it a good idea or is it bad to use the phone a lot?
It depends. For me, it's a good idea. I don't know.
Very good. Yes, that is true. It depends, right? Depends on what you use the phone for. So if you use it for your job or things like that, it's important. Very good, Karina. Thank you for sharing, and very good, everybody. So we are done with the class, guys. You did amazing. And if you don't have questions, we are going to see each other on Monday. So have a good weekend, guys. See you next week. And if you have any question, you can text in the group chat.
Okay,
Thank you,
teacher,
teacher. Good
thank
night.
you.
Good
Have a
night.
nice weekend.
You
Teacher,
too. Tell me, Manuel.
you work on weekend?
Sorry?
You work on weekend?
On weekend? No.
You have a free time on weekend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Me too.
thankfully, yes.
Me too, teacher.
Ay, that's amazing, Manuel. Enjoy your weekend.
Yes.
So see you guys
Okay.
on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
See you Monday.
See you.